Okay, guys, so here we are. I was waiting actually for the board to upload, but I think chess.com has some problems, so I'll have to do it by watching the video. Crazy, crazy. So he told me he was thinking about playing c3. I didn't really think he would, but let's see d4. Here we go. D4. Here we go. B6, D5, B6, D5, and okay. C6. So I mean, possible to attack him in the future, maybe. So yeah, I guess the main idea is probably to go. That's what I think could be a way to play this game, but we'll see. Ciao, Jalu. Yes, here we are. So guys, if anybody is in chat, can you guys tell me if the Wi-Fi is good? Okay, Bishop G5 played by Luca. So it's gonna develop the bishop probably knight d2 as I said before, and then just just getting all the video. Yeah, okay, here we are. B6 not really the best option because it kind of ruins the structure. You generally want to keep this, but this chain here, but not that simple. So only move you can do is so yeah. And secondly, to play something not too complicated to play. Okay, he went for queen b6, which is probably the best option. We'll see what Luca will do if he's gonna trade the. After taking with the a pawn, you want your rook to be active on this file, so that's why usually in this kind of positions, queens just stare at each other and don't really, you don't really. Like a very it may sound like a very simple way to surprise your opponent playing c3, but the truth is that you could always go with c5, d5, e5. So many options that can generally, yeah. So here that can generally play something like c5, hoping that you go for e4, you know, and then yeah, knight c6, and you're back in kind of the structure of an Albion. So no big opening preparation, they just follow the principles. So, you know, working on the structure, trying to break in the. And Luca went with knight c2, which was actually what I was actually talking about, and it's of course the best move. Just keep developing, starting to put some pressure in the center, even though uh, getting the knight on b3 in the near future. The rook on the the a file is really good, and you may start pressuring by playing something like knight a5 and knight c5. You know, just trying to get some pressure on these pawns. So yeah, as I was saying, Luca looks pretty confident. He has more time. He got from the opening what he probably wanted, and now it's the point to just playing principles chess and waiting for his chance. We'll see what's gonna happen. Even in the playing world, they kind of do. Maybe there's better, but of course I cannot stream from the playing hall. Would have been easier, but we do what we can. We do what we can. Something like this probably, and maybe work to play e5 before white strikes with d4. That could be unpleasant, but I think h6 was played. Yeah. Okay, so h6 played. Really good move. Best moves for what the engine says. Maybe the knight is coming, and that would be unpleasant. So, you know, probably bishop f4 is a good option. But maybe knight e3 and trying to break with h4 or something like that. I guess it's a possibility. Or I mean, just take, which is probably the best move according to the engine. Takes, knight takes, and yeah. So black is slightly better according to the computer after this, but you know, you gotta create something to if you want to try to win. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Is there? Is there? Okay. He took. Okay. He took. So Luca took, which was the best move according to the engine. And now I'm expecting knight takes back. We'll see. Thinking. I don't know what he's really thinking about. I wouldn't really consider taking with the pawn. Pawn, you may try to attack on the king side, but your king is in the center and just stays there. And if you want to take with the e pawn, you just get. Now this 3 is probably the most logic move. No, especially when you play the high already player, at the beginning of a tournament, one thing is always to maintain the right focus and because the pressure is on the other side. the pressure is for him. And uh, if it doesn't really let you have chances, then G. So for targeting the bishop, and so yeah. So knight f3, I'm probably expecting, as I said, this gets a bit in the center, but so you would have to take with the bishop, and then you can castle. So nothing special. So I'm expecting black to play this, and then I don't know, like bishop a7, bishop d6, and just trying to create some play. G5 shouldn't work because of this, so it's an idea. He was afraid of the knight jumping, and of course this controls all the square, all the squares. So maybe he was just afraid of the knight jumping here. But it's really interesting. Now, right now you want to go with e4, and if you cannot create some play and something dangerous for black, then it may be dangerous for white, because I mean also the king is not really in the safest position. But again, actually I appreciate the choice Luca made, and we'll see if that works. So according to the computer, we said black is slightly better, because I mean, for the reasons I would honestly just keep developing. Probably the bishop again is e6, bishop c6, but yeah, and yeah, that's what happened. Opponent played e6. So whether he wants to play e4, or maybe playing a bit slower, like, but still, I'm really a fan of principal chess, and usually when you push in the center, you want your king to be safe first. So that's why I would go with something like this. And here you would reach a pretty nice position. Maybe knight f2. Yeah, no, you would have to go with. But I mean, it's not that far away from his style, so we'll see. But again, like you can see the bar, guys. Connection problem. Yeah, I know, guys. So okay, I'm really a fan of Night Edge stream. If you have other ideas, just drop it down in the comments, and yeah, we'll have a look at them. At the moment, I'm also trying to